Couple of days of running gravel through that little sluice. I'm really keen to see what we get. Anything for gold. I'm starting to see gold. Hi, I'm Greg Ovens, and this is Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. I came back to get the little sluice, and there in the big tree there was a lace monitor. They call them also tree goannas, or goanna. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. But anyway, a lace monitor. It was about 4 feet long. They do get a little bigger, but that was a pretty big one. They do get up to about 6 feet long. But I was pretty happy to get that footage of that. He actually even went after the camera. What I did is I put the camera on the tripod and kind of lifted it up to the branch where he was. He got a little irritated, but we didn't pester him too long. That was right on. So I am allowed to use a small sluice in the creek, which is what I'm doing, is trying to set this up so I don't have to just keep pouring water on it. Let the creek do its job. Actually, it's probably good for the fish to give them like nice sand for spawning. It's probably a good thing. I'm gonna have to block under here a bit, get a bit better flow. But this will even be quicker. I was going to set the sluice up here. I was digging right here, as you can see. But I did a little bit of panning, and I thought, well, I'm not getting, you know, just a little color or two once in a while, the odd little flake. So I went over, you can see in the background, I got the sluice set up on a rock. And I went back to doing it how I was doing it in the beginning with the bucket to wash it. And it seems like there's just more colors, more flakes over that way behind that. But then I'm working in the water up to my shins pretty much. Better looking gold. So let's just work behind that boulder right in there and see what we get after another day. This will be a couple of days of running gravel through that little sluice. I'm really keen to see what we get. I'm not going to bother cleaning the sluice out until the end, so you'll have to wait and see what we get. Well, this is hard on the back, doing things by hand like this, but I hope when I clean that sluice or concentrate out that it's worth it. It's actually nice to work in the creek. This water's warm, it's just nice and refreshing though. I'm keen to see what we get. It's gonna be interesting. Plus, by screening all the gravel out, I'm creating habitat for the fish to spawn. Okay, well, we're getting a bit of a thunderstorm. Not surprised with all this heat we've been having. So I just assume not be standing in the creek. I don't like standing in water when there's an electrical storm. I don't like being out fishing in an aluminum boat when there's an electrical storm either. The storm's coming right. Oh, look at these bolts. And I'm getting deeper and deeper. I've dug a hole here. I'm past my knees. I've dug quite a hole, but anything for gold. So basically, I run my water upstream like this to give my gold more of a chance to settle. It's getting very hard to dig here. I'm starting to hit a lot of big rocks and boulders, and it's getting so deep I can hardly reach them sometimes. Clay sticks to these flat rocks, and that's where any bigger flakes will be stuck in the clay on the flat rocks. It's the way it is, the life of a miner. How far can we dig here? I don't know, but you know, I'm thinking that the flakes are going to get bigger as we go compared to the smaller stuff I was getting near the top. That's usually how it is with gold, as most people that do any prospecting know. There's an echidna right here. Burrowing himself, trying to do the spikes. He's a pretty big one. Pretty cool. It was very neat to see that echidna. I'm a kidding you not. So another plant that we have at home, Viper's bug loss. It's not an edible plant. It doesn't have any value as I know, but a very pretty flower. We have it back home, they have it here. I've seen it in other countries as well. Neat, pretty flowers. So I just got back to the farmhouse. Basically what happened is I shut the Polaris off and was getting a couple of little clips, and it wouldn't start again. I had to hike out. I did not want to spend the night there. I didn't video the actual breakdown. I was just kind of frustrated and wanted to get back. I did not want to spend a night on the ground or trying to sleep in the Polaris. So I did get back. Had to hike out of the bush. I mean, it would start, but it wouldn't run. Almost like it's out of gas, but it shows 3/4 of a tank. I think it's something to do with the ignition. I'll take a motorbike and run up there and see, maybe I'll get lucky and it'll start. Of course, I tried to start it so many times that I killed the battery now too. But there's always got to be some setback in any adventure. Right on. Wasn't right on. Sydney funnel web that lives in the wire. Got to keep my hands away from there, I suppose. There he is. He just bites and goes back in and waits for the poison to take effect. That thing's dead already. Unreal. And this guy got something too. Cool. Morning. So I have to jump on this guy today. Let's go rescue the Polaris. So I hope I can get this thing going. I don't want to leave it out here in the bush and then let them have to deal with it. I do have the motorbike. There's a few motorbikes here. And another quad. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This battery is totally dead. Okay, well, I gotta get a battery up here somehow. It's a bigger battery than what I thought. It's almost a regular car-sized battery. I don't know how I'm gonna pack that on the motorbike. I'm pretty good at figuring things out. Maybe I can jump start it. Okay, I think I solved the problem. I'm gonna take the battery out of the car, but I'm not gonna be able to pack it on the motorbike, so move a couple of motorbikes, the kids' little quads to get at the big quad. Start this thing. I hope this thing fits. It should. I got tools in here. Okay, we made it. Gonna switch the battery and hopefully get it back, and I'll have to hike back. I might have to wait till evening to do that. It's starting to get hot already. But something interesting I'll show you I found here is a termite mound. And you can tell it's a termite mound. Hear how it's hollow? So there'll be a bunch of termites living in there. I'm not going to wreck their nest just to show you the termites, so. But all these interesting things that you see over in Australia. I'm at the Polaris. It's getting hot out though. But you know, I sure did not want to spend the night sleeping on the ground or even in the Polaris. I mean, there'd still be spiders crawling on you. I just showed you a video of that big spider. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not like they're all deadly poisonous, but sleeping on the ground here in Australia with all the snakes and spiders, and you'd have something crawling on you. It wouldn't be my idea of fun. I don't think you'd get a lot of sleep. I mean, you want to have something like my hammock where you can get in a couple of trees off the ground and keep the bugs and insects off you because of the netting over it. Superior Gear Hammock. Here's some free advertisement for them. Yeah, it wouldn't have been pleasant, so I'm glad I got back to the ranch house, farmhouse, and didn't spend the night. I have to hike back here just to get one of these vehicles now. Well, the quad. I'm going to try to get this Polaris out of here. If I can't, it's going to have to stay until somebody can come and pull it out, I guess. So I've got the battery terminals loose and off here. The big problem is the tool I don't have to get the battery out is a hex. I don't know why they don't just keep everything the same. You need like 1,000 tools just to get a battery out, it seems. Every bolt, every nut has to be different sizes, different shapes. Like, why isn't this just a 1/2-inch bolt here? It's nothing to do with the battery. It's obviously ignition. I took it out. Gonna test something here and see. So I pulled the ignition out, and look at that, see? But it won't stay running. But if I hold the key, it will. So I'm gonna have to try to hold the key while I drive, obviously. So I had to tape up the back of the wire. There's obviously a loose or broken wire to make contact, and I still have to hold the key. But then it runs. Let go, dies. So I'm gonna have to drive it with one hand and hold the key. So my finger was getting tired of holding the key. I put the ignition back in after I taped the back, and then I just got a crescent wrench to keep it on. So I was getting cramps in my hand and forearm, so this works better. Keep the pressure on the on position. I'm up here in the Blue Mountains, actually, and you know, it's pretty cool. During their winter season or rainy season, they actually get snow up here in the Blue Mountains. So, and the plants and trees are a little different than some of the other areas that I've seen. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, they get winter up here. It's a long weekend here. It's Australian days. We have Canada days back home. I remember Grandma used to talk about the good old days. But anyways, these are Dicksonia antarctica, or soft tree ferns. Really cool. Up here in the Blue Mountains, you see them quite a bit. And there's other types of ferns. I see sword ferns, and it's just a really neat forest up here in the Blue Mountains. I have to go down and clean out the sluice box because I know that you're all interested to see. And we just kept it to the end. Saved the best for last. Wouldn't it be funny if all there was a couple of colors after all that shoveling and work? I spent a few hours over the last... Not full time because it gets hot in the daytime, but I spent quite a few hours over 3 days, and we'll see what we have in the sluice. So to end off the gold prospecting video in Australia. Put some water in the pan. that doesn't really need cleaning. And then we just want to turn our mat upside down and run it through the pan. Because this is concentrate, we want to go very slow, because our gold, even though it should be at the bottom, can float out. We just want to go gentle. Shake it every couple of times and then gently swish it out. And it's going out, you can see, a bit at a time going out. Shake it once in a while again. I hope I got a lot. Of course, it would never be enough. Okay, I'm starting to see gold. You can see that's gold at the bottom. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna do the rest of my cleaning. I still got a fair amount, you can see. But I want to do it in the pan. Once I start to see the flakes, usually what I do is I'll just rinse it gently like this to the bottom of the pan. And when I get stuff down here, I can just shake this. Basically, I know there's nothing here, and I can just wash this out. Still keep an eye in case something snuck past you. And you don't want too much water, really. But I'm seeing flakes up there, so this is why you have to be gentle, because you can lose the gold too. There's one bigger flake right there. It'll be interesting to see what we have. Oh, there's another one up there. Another one there. These are some nice flakes right here. All right, look at that up there. That's nice to see. It's starting to look like something, isn't it? Well, there's still some concentrate to go, so it's looking pretty good. Some nice big flakes too. So there you go, guys. It's cut down pretty good. Now, I don't really know, but I'm thinking it's about 1/4 of an ounce. So there you go. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm thinking 1/4 ounce, like I said. So over the course of about 3 days, a few hours each day, you may not think 1/4 ounce is a lot, but with a little 2-foot sluice and a shovel, I think it's pretty good, even for the time that I did spend. And then I got thinking to myself, you know, I don't know if any of you watch the show The Curse of Oak Island, but they've got millions of dollars of equipment, 6 guys, geologists. The show's gone on for years, and in 5 years I didn't see them get this much gold. With 6 guys and millions of dollars of equipment, I got more gold with my little sluice in a few hours over a few days. So it's right on. I want to thank you for watching this video on the prospecting part of the journey. And there's other adventures I'm going to get up to as well. And I'm seeing a lot of different wildlife, which is cool. And I appreciate all you subscribers and all of you viewers in general. Thanks for your comments and thanks for watching this adventure. We'll see you on the next one. There's going to be more here in Australia.